Hello folks, welcome to another Sci-Fi Dragon video. Today I have something a little different for you. In this short video, I'm going to show you how to create and install invisible electrical switches to control lighting or other effects you have added to your models. For myself, this only applies to my science fiction models as I don't light up my military models. Before I discovered this simple technique, I used standard toggle switches or small slide switches to activate the lighting features I'd added to my science fiction models. Small slide switches have less impact on the appearance of a model display than bright shiny toggle switches, but they all detract from the fictional scene we're trying to create by injecting an element of real life. Here are a few quick examples of how mechanical switches affect the appearance of a model display. Number 1. This tiny 3-inch diameter UFO has a small black slide switch to turn on its lighting. The switch is barely visible, but it does interrupt the lines of the display base. Number 2. My lunar lander model also has a small black slide switch to activate its cabin lighting. Again, the small black slide switch is barely visible, but it does break up the lines of the display base. Example number 3 is my tiny Luna rocket ship model. This uses a standard toggle switch as an on-off switch. Even on its large 5 by 7 inch base, the switch literally sticks out like a sore thumb. It's just distracting enough to detract from the fictional lunar landscape above it. In contrast, here's a look at my Cosmostrator model from the movie First Spaceship on Venus. I'm showing you all 4 sides of the display so you can see that there are no switches visible to detract from the overall look of the display. Now here's my recently constructed model of the Babylon 5 Star Fury. Like the Cosmostrator, it uses an invisible switch to activate its lighting. So, if there are no switches sticking out of the display bases, how do I light up these spaceship models? Here's the secret. This little glass tube I'm holding is a magnetic reed switch. Inside the glass tube are 2 tiny metal reeds, or filaments, about as thick as a human hair. Each is attached to one of the wire leads coming out of the ends of the glass tube. The leads, of course, get soldered into your lighting circuit. When a magnet is placed close to the switch, it causes the 2 reeds inside the tube to come together, closing the electrical circuit and turning on your lighting effects. When the magnet is moved away, the reeds separate and return to their original positions, closing the circuit. This is the inside of the display base for my Star Fury model. The magnetic reed switch is hot glued into the upper left corner of the display base. One lead from the switch is soldered to the negative wire from the battery pack. The other lead from the switch is soldered to the negative wire that connects the LEDs inside the Star Fury model. When I place a magnet on top of the display base, near the reed switch, the cockpit of the Star Fury lights up, and so do all 4 of its engines. The lighting effects for my Cosmostrator model work the same way. Placing a magnet on the display base activates the flashing engine lights. Well, that's the secret of the invisible switch. Before I go, I'll show you how to wire up one of these simple circuits. It's really the same process as wiring any on-off switch into an electrical circuit, except that you can totally conceal the reed switch. Here are the components you need to create your own invisible switch circuit. There's the magnetic reed switch, of course. Then you need a power source, a battery pack or an AC adapter. And you need something to light up or power up. For this example, I'll use a simple LED. A soldering iron and some low temperature solder are also needed. To begin, I'll solder the negative lead from the battery pack to one of the reed switch wire leads. It doesn't matter which lead I use. Next, I'll solder the negative lead from my LED to the other wire lead from the reed switch. This way the LED and switch will be close enough and you'll be able to see what happens when I put a magnet near the switch. To complete the circuit, I'll solder the positive wire from the battery pack to the positive lead from the LED. That's it. The circuit is complete. Now I'll install my battery, or batteries. Notice that the LED does not light up at this point. But when I bring a magnet near the reed switch, the reeds inside the glass tube come together, close the circuit, and light the LED. I hope you enjoyed this little presentation and found it useful. Thanks for watching.